How are we going, beautifuls? How are we going? Did you like that? I called you beautifuls. That's because you are all beautiful. So hopefully everyone's having a cracker of a day. It's beautiful here, and like I like to do every time I am driving or traveling, I'm either studying or doing something. This lady's on the road, and what is she doing? So how are we all going? So what I'm sharing with you, I spent the last hour speaking to my business mentor, which I would say is in the top ranks of a Gary V, a Grant Cardone. They actually know each other, and you know, I met this mentor probably about 2 years ago along the scenes with the whole JT Fox crew, and we were looking at obviously business expansion and looking at different surveys and just really picking apart really where people are putting a lot of energy but they're not getting much return, or where they're putting a lot of the wrong energy and it's not helping anybody. So I've given you away a lot of the answers right there. So the biggest problem and the biggest reason why most businesses are failing, it is because they aren't giving the service what is needed right now. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Vella, good to have you on, brother. Kiffin Tihi. And why I talk about that is, this is the best time when you can start a business. Yeah. It's because people are understanding, people are wanting to grow, people are wanting to expand. But what's happening is people are creating businesses and services what they think is valuable, but it's not really what the people need. Yeah. And you see people having these ideas, and it's great to have passions and purpose. Yes, stick with that 80%. But what you need to understand is the reason why businesses are failing, it is because firstly, it is not exactly what people need. Secondly, they aren't innovating or evolving, so they aren't evolving with the days. And so that what they will do is they'll have a service which is, say it's outdated. And the number one thing, what I would say, let's just say you got 1, 2, 3. We'll keep going. 4. What happens is that what you were doing and who you're giving the service to and how you're helping others, people lose interest on the service and in the business because it isn't staying up to date. It isn't getting sexier. It isn't getting more interesting. It isn't, do you know what I'm saying? You need to keep evolving. But what is the biggest thing? What's happening is that most of these business owners are creating services, creating momentum tunnels, creating whatever, and go, what sort of business are you talking about? And I'll talk about, and I'll tell you in a sec, Cam, there's a lot of different businesses, because with the businesses that are failing as well, that it can be anything, yeah. And look, I know Cam, you're into real estate, a property, you're a celeb, a Facebook, or you can say you're a social media celebrity now after me helping you out. And with any business, like even I know someone that has started a real estate business and developing. He started off fantastic because he really rocked the market with his uniqueness. He really rocked the market with who he was. He really rocked the market with, buying, and it was a great concept. But where he failed was he didn't keep evolving, and he didn't keep expanding, and he didn't keep educating himself to still keep that, that want and that excitement up. So another thing what happens as well, that businesses is an exchange of value, yeah? It's that, okay, what's the exchange of value? And this is the thing as well, imagine that. Imagine if there was no water, but you sold water, then you'd be in business, yeah? And there you go. There's some businesses that are a necessity, and there's some businesses that aren't. So what I talk to you about is most people are starting to wake the F up and spending and investing more time and money in themselves because they want to grow. Correct? So I'm going to meet Gary V tomorrow, and one of the biggest things he said, I've been watching a lot of his videos today because I'm getting a chance to interview him tomorrow, so I'm getting a lot of content together, and a lot of the things he says, this is the best time in probably our history to start a business. But why do you think people are still failing? They're still failing because either they're like everyone else, there's no degree of separation, they're very replaceable, they aren't being the greatest of who they are, and they're basically, it's duplicatable, it's regurgitated information. So if I was looking for a business, if I was looking to invest, if I was looking to, to put my money into something or, into a service, then what I would look at is firstly someone with a great track record, someone that is, is getting the results, someone that, and you want the whole thing to be a little bit exciting. You want, you want to feel great about the service. You want to feel great about, who you're helping out, what team you belong to, so on and so forth. Because look, I'll be honest with you. My business coach said to me, he said, Leigh, the reason why most understandable people are failing right now in business is that they aren't evolving rapidly enough to get the results that they desire, yeah? And the second thing, that what they are giving to the universe, or what they are giving to others, where people are failing is they are not expressing themselves or not getting their message out in an efficient way or a passive aggressive way to say, people, you need this. Do you know what I'm saying? They aren't great at expressing the value of what they're putting out. Call that marketing, call it, so on and so forth. And you see these businesses, you see a lot of the same businesses showing up, like cafes. You see the same of the businesses, supplement stores, and they just blend in. What's their degree of separation? What is separating them from everybody else? Another thing is, all of a sudden, everybody's a coach, everybody's an entrepreneur, everybody is, the same, you know what I mean? Everybody is the same of doing that, an entrepreneur and the rest of it. So the problem with that is that what are you offering that someone else isn't? Yeah, what have you been through? What have you lived through? Why would someone go with you and they wouldn't go with someone else? What did my good mate Cam say? You have to have a major point of difference that is separates you from the competitors in the market. Exactly, and there you go. I just said that. And that's the thing as well, that you don't want to, a lot of people are looking for the gaps and they're looking at filling them, but they've still got their gaps in their own life, yeah? And you see that so many times, that there are a lot of people out there that are going, okay, yes, I'm very strategic. Yes, I've learned this through my marketing and branding coach. And yes, let's fill in the gaps. But you have to have got the result yourself. You can't teach authentically and with integrity or give advice if you haven't got those results yourself, And you see people like that, and I'm like, hold on a minute. How can you be offering your service to anybody and you haven't got the results yourself? And everyone's just like, fuck, that makes so much sense. So the thing, let's do a bit of a recap so people aren't getting confused. You need that difference that separates you, that point of contact, your wow factor, yeah? You need to keep evolving. You need to keep always showing up, letting people know, because in business and in businesses, it's a hit and miss. If you're constantly still shooting, then when the target goes up, boom, okay, you've got your gun out, and so you hit that. But if you go to pull your gun out once in a while and the target goes, geez, I better go and shoot for that target, you're not going to get that. So it's about building up, getting seen, getting understood, and getting trusted, yeah? And this is the big thing, and I even taught this to Cam, and you know this, is about once you have that trust, that credibility, that degree of separation in anything that you do. So it's like, once you become, sorry, just make sure I'm concentrating. Like anything, that celebrities and well-known people that, have the credibility, have the results, have that stature, do you know what I'm saying? They can sell sand to the Arabs. Do you know what I mean? They can sell fish to a fisherman. And it's what happens is, the reason why they become successful, fuck, that guy almost got ran over. The reason why they become successful, it is because people trust them, they understand them, and they know them, yeah? But more importantly, you want to be working with someone or doing business with someone that it feels good, that it's interesting, it's it's a cool thing, because as humans, we want to belong to something, yeah? Especially men, we want to belong to a brotherhood. And women want to feel understood, yeah? So if you're doing business with people and they feel understood, especially with women, good deal. And another thing, if you are, with a man wants to feel appreciated. So if you're doing business with someone or creating a business where men feel appreciated, they feel like they have a place in this planet, or a place on this planet and in this planet, same, I'm never going to be good at English, and that's where it rocks it out. So think about it. It's all about placement and branding. Yeah, placement and branding. So today I had 4 coaching calls with my clients, and I had my coaching call, and I had 3 calls with people that are wanting to, be a part of what we do. So how I approach that, and how you ask the right questions. You don't say, well, you know what, this, and you need to do that, and there's that. There's a lot of people that you're going to qualify and disqualify. There was 2 people today I just said, to be honest with you, I can't help you. And they were like, what? I said, I can't help you, because at the end of the day, you need to be coachable, and you need to be able to, hey, Billy, good to have you on, man. I watched your video before. You're looking good, brother. That one that you were in the kitchen and you're rocking out the live stream. Loving it. See, he knows what we're talking about. And what I was thinking about, and before I had the call, and when I spoke to my coach, he says, okay, Leigh, so you're going to have these coaching calls. How are you going to evolve yourself? How are you going to keep growing? We're showing up, and we're diverse. Yeah. It's not just about mindset. It's not just about self-development. It's not just about this and the rest of it and some sob story. It's about showing up and showing people like yourself that there's diversity. That, you know what, this guy can show up every day while he's driving from appointments or to the gym. He's always going to be adding value. And how are you going to do that? You need to be able to live it. Do you see any scripts? There's no scripts here, and so on and so forth. It's about living it, yeah? And when you're living... All right, we're back. We're back, and I almost went for a red light then. What I was saying was that you need, obviously, people to feel that comfortable with you that they are going to want to do something. They're going to want to work with you. They're going to want to move forward. And what you need to understand, people, is that we can get caught up in what we think the people need, what we think the market is what the market is drawing to. But what you need to understand, let's be honest with that, and let's be real. What are the people needing, and how do you find out? So how do you find this out? You ask questions, you do surveys. Obviously there's different people that you're going to be speaking to on a daily basis. You do live streams as well. You do feedback, and you see what's happening, and that's what you do. You analyze. Like, it depends what business you're in. Look, I run a number of different businesses. It's all mainly based around the self-development and education. There's coaching. Obviously there's marketing, branding, there's one-on-one, there's online products, and so on and so forth. I used to do network marketing, which I'll be looking at getting back into that, and so on and so forth. So there's different understandings of, okay, how are we, as a business, going to be able to efficiently get our message across to the masses, and obviously make sure it's high value information and knowledge that people are going to get the result. So as I said last time, an entrepreneur is a problem solver, yeah? And it's about showing up. It's about making communication. And it's all about the right communication with the personal person. And what that means is, as well, that most time people, unfortunately, are probably not in a state that they want to shift, they want to grow. And if you're going to be great at your business, you're going to be great at getting your message out to people, then once you get your message out to them, that's going to be really able to enable them to shift out of not wanting to grow, not wanting to do business, then to do business, yeah? And it's really important, because with all the stuff that you're thinking about and feeling, is that, I know I would do business. I know that I would sign up with a coach. I know that I would want to invest or whatever it might be with someone that has the proven record, that someone that has the work ethic, there's someone that has the heart, the open mind, and that's what a business needs to have. It needs to be always evolving. A great example of this is Apple computers, yeah? And Apple is always evolving and finding out, okay, cool, let's make it innovative. Let's always be one ahead of the market and of the, of everything basically. And let's give the people what they need. Yeah. And that's where a lot of these businesses are failing, because, all right, we are back, and for some reason we keep cutting out as well. So that is all good. So what I want to just finish off, I think we got most of the message out as well. You always want to be evolving what you're doing. You need to be innovative. So innovating means, growing and innovating and structuring yourself, being able to stretch, sounding important as well, people. You always want to be doing that, something that people want to belong to at the same time. And Looks like I haven't got a park here. So all these things into perspective are so important, because they need to obviously have people's attention and people feeling satisfied that they're going to be able to keep growing with you, yeah? People will stay doing business with you if you keep evolving your services and you keep evolving your business, yeah? And that's the only reason why people are going to want to do work with you or want to grow with you, because of these reasons, and basically nothing else, yeah? So be and put yourself into an understanding of, okay, what is going to make me want to keep growing? What is going to make me keep evolving? What's going to make me keep, work? All right, the internet keeps cutting off, guys, so let's just leave it there. There's a lot of takeaways. If you want to know more about this, because I don't know where I'm driving in between these big buildings, send me an inbox. We'll rock it out. I've given you a lot of big takeaways then. The better you get at doing, obviously doing these things or expressing them and getting better at, obviously getting them out to the world, your business is going to really take off. Because I know the biggest things is that you want to be that degree of separation. You want to be that person that, you separate from everyone else. And that's what we're going to be teaching. So if you want to be taking it to the next level and above, then send me an inbox like everyone has been doing today. Let's get together, let's start supporting each other, and let's take it to the next level, because talking does nothing, efficient actions do the rest. See you guys.